Guys and girls, if you have not seen the new red, white, and blue Wrenchworks drop that we just released for 4th of July, yes, it's coming right around the corner. You can't show up not in some red, white, and blue. So, red, white, and blue piston themed flag shirt, special edition, limited edition. Make sure you guys head over there now, grab these t-shirts. We've also got some red, white, and blue stuff on there as well, so you can be decked out red, white, and blue for 4th of July. So, go check it out. We can get you this stuff in time for 4th of July. One of my new favorite t-shirts by far. So you've got the Street HD, and
Quiet on set. Quiet on set.
Whose is that?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Can't blame me if I keep saying this. Oh. It's getting hot out there, buddy. Melting.
90-some degrees.
But don't worry, we have air conditioning in the shop now. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, another silver truck video. I told you guys, we're not bouncing around. We ain't playing around. We are getting silver truck done, working on it. We have recruited Michael from Drag Truck Land at the other shop. How's it going over there, sir? We've been trying to, you guys, you got number one question. Where's the Pro Street truck? Where's the Pro Street truck? Where's the drag truck? Where's the drag truck? Well, guess what, guys? We've been trying to leave Michael alone so he can just knock it out. How's it going over there, sir?
It's going well.
It's going well. We're actually we're getting stuff done, guys. Don't worry. But today's an important day. We have recruited Michael to come give us a hand for a little bit because we are going to be slapping the new cylinder head on the Silver Beast. So if you guys remember the first video, I believe this is video number 3. We'll have a playlist for you guys if you want to check out all the silver truck videos in a row. But we went ahead and took off our factory cylinder head. We didn't know what we were going to find, but we have a new unit right here from our good friends at Freedom Racing Engines, FLEECE Performance. We've got a whole new cylinder head. So instead of sending this one out to get reworked, we're going to go ahead and just replace it with a nice fresh minty unit right out of the box, ready to rip. And we'll go over some of the details of what makes this cylinder head so awesome. But we're gonna go ahead and start breaking this head down. We don't need to take much off of it, just a couple miscellaneous things. We're gonna go ahead and get the surface of our block prepped and ready for a fresh head gasket, new head studs, new cylinder head. We've got our ARP 625s, our head stud of choice here. Again, nothing but the best for old silver here, but that's where we're starting today off, and we are gonna see how far we can get. But yes, that's where the day is starting. New parts loading. Anything else? Anything else, boys? Look at that face. Look at that face. Only a face only a mother could love. I'm just kidding. All right, boys, let's get the new head unboxed and let's start getting to work. Oh, say it again? Oh, you said it on camera. You know the camera was rolling. Go ahead. If you're going to whisper, you might as well say it out loud. Yeah. Slide on that one. All right, boys, let's get to work.
Y'all cleaning the engine deck surface. I got my old man. He said something about this is what you use to clean the deck. Well, you know, he said to use a flap wheel, but I was like, you know what? If we want to speed this up, get this right, you know, I only had 80. I didn't have 36, but I had 80. So I got this combat abrasive wheel here, and I figured we'd do it right up in a jiff.
No.
If you use either one of these to clean the deck of your block, or if you know somebody, you make fun of them. That's the rule.
Stop working on it.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't use either one of these. But that's supposed to be funny. Did you laugh? Slide.
I like the accent that you bring with it.
Man, you know, Billy Bob from you know, down yonder, man, he just is what he does, man. Sorry, I didn't mean to like stereotype everybody, but
I mean, you definitely did.
was that too much?
Smiling and profiling right there.
I mean, I love everybody. I don't know what the problem is.
Apparently not them, you know.
It doesn't matter what your voice sounds like. You could be dumb enough to use these, but don't use these. That's what I was trying to get at. I apologize if anybody got offended there. Next thing you know, never mind. We're going to stop there. But we got the deck pretty much prepped. It didn't really need much of anything because it was already clean. Michael took a stock head stud or bolt, basically you call it. We cut a groove in it just to run like a chase, just to run down all the holes to make sure all of the holes are clean. Basically, I mean, it's just just cut a little slit down there. We cut the top off. So we're just running it down, and then we're just gonna put some brake clean down the head stud holes, clean them out completely, and we'll be ready to put our head gasket on. But again, just trying to keep flat surfaces as flat as possible. So we don't have any fancy like sanding blocks yet. Michael told me we need to get some, but other than that, you don't need much.
Yes.
Greg here loves the topside creeper. Per your voice and all the strain and stress that it sounds like you're having, how does your 39-year-old back feel right about now?
I mean, I'm just not long enough, so it's always smashing something.
She's
you
heard
know?
that before. She's heard that before. I'm sorry, I had to say it.
I'm not a big fan, but it's not like I have a more comfortable way to do it. It's just uncomfortable no matter what.
Okay.
That's it.
Hey, Michael. Anybody told you how good of a job you're doing today? Okay, just let me take this time now to just tell you, you're doing a great job. Can't wait for the comments.
I don't see Greg up there doing anything.
I'll get up here and clean the rest of it for you. Don't worry, buddy.
Okay.
Just share the wealth around here, guys. Just chill out.
Really nice.
You know, I really like the tag right
genuine.
here. This tag right here is just like, that's the flex. It's like, yeah, it's a fleece head, baby. Let's go. All right, guys, so we've got the deck prepped on the engine. We're ready to install our cylinder head, but want to go over a couple little details before we go ahead and slap it on. So a couple things, obviously, you guys know that we've been to Fleece and Freedom many, many times. We've checked out their entire machine shop procedure. You guys know that it's top notch, nothing but the best. So instead of going ahead and sending this head out, we opted just to get one that's out of the box, ready to go, goes through their entire system of checks. You know, every single cylinder head gets checked, decked, pressure checked, make sure that it's not cracked before they go ahead and refurb it. So that's kind of like the base layer. Every single cylinder head, whether it's a 5.9 or 6.7, goes through that same process. So trusting the machine shop and getting it done in a timely fashion is something that you really don't ever have to worry about when you go with a fleece head. So that kind of alleviates some of the issues you may run into dealing with the other route, let's put it that way. So on this specific head, Fleece actually makes 3 different cylinder heads. They make a Street HD, which is what this one is, and then they make a Performance one, which is actually what is on the Street Stage 2 engine that came out of the 05. So the Performance one is what I would consider the Mac Daddy. It's got oversized valves, it's got pretty much a whole bunch of stuff, performance that's built into it. The Street HD is just one level below that, does not have oversized valve, but still does have the good oversized seats in it. And again, the seats keep getting brought up, but the seats is a big thing, so they went ahead and have taken care of all of the seat issues with their seats. And on the HD head, we've got their valve springs.
They've got new valve guide liners. So this thing is loaded up, but it does come with a lot of the goodies. It also has the thread-in freeze plugs. So on this head, you guys can kind of see down here, maybe it's got all the soft plugs in it. They go ahead and tap those out and get freeze plugs or plugs in there. I don't know why I always say freeze plugs. I don't know if they're, make fun of me. Go ahead, make fun of me. They're not freeze plugs.
They're core plugs.
Core plugs, coolant plugs, whatever. They're plugs, boys. So, got a lot of built-in features on the HD head that you wouldn't get on like a factory head. So the one below that is really a little less bells and whistles. So as you level up, you get more bells and whistles. But valve springs, checked over, ready to rip. And yeah.
Man, the downtime is just huge.
You can basically do it in a day. Say you have a bad head gasket. You want to make sure that your cylinder head is good to go. I didn't really mention that some of these things end up having a lot of cracks in between the valves and stuff like that. They're sometimes bad with that with heat, so you don't have to worry about cracks, seat issues. You basically eliminate your time and all of your worry by getting something that's out of the box ready to go. So that's what we kind of opted for. And we love the guys at Fleece and Freedom. So we know that this bad boy will be good to go for a long time. Show them the goods. Freedom Racing Engines, Cummins, Stage 2 push rods. Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna like actually see that. Okay. Whoa, man! Whoa!
Here you go.
Oh, really can't focus. Hang on. See, that's just classic right there.
All right, so we're basically going fishing right now. So we've got our crab pots out, and we're just gonna. That's what it reminds me of.
I think that's what they are.
The other thing that you want to make sure when you're doing this is what that garbage can ever do to you, dude?
Yeah.
So the rocker and the trunnion assembly right here, you want to make sure that these do not have, I mean, technically the proper, I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's galling, any sort of like metal on metal friction. These things are kind of like another thing that may or may not have happened. I wouldn't say prone to happening, but does happen from time to time. So that's why we're taking them apart individually before we go put them in our washer and clean everything up. But I've had these things where, you know, basically oil changes and maintenance. I'm really falling apart here with these words, but oil changes and maintenance important, but make sure you take this apart, make sure these are moving freely. That's what I was trying to say there.
I think they're called radiators.
Why you gotta do me like that, bro? Oh, let me get this for you, sir.
Yep.
You know, a lot of people may ask, why in the world would you need two parts washers? Well, this is why. Nice zip ties.
Thank you.
Is that enough to hold our crawfish pots?
I think so.
I don't know, we're gonna find out. You wanna go to the front one again?
Yeah, this is a great spot.
Kinda got it on there backwards though.
Please tell me that you saw me like spinning around and then the chain just decided to like.
Cross every turn.
Would you look at that? Now we're in business. I was like, what the heck is going on here? I'm like, what the heck? For someone who wants something so specific every other time in their life, I'm lining them up with certain threads and you're just going either way. I'm just like,
It's going ham.
all right, I'm just gonna leave now. I'll fix it.
Thanks for the nut, dude. Sorry, couldn't help it.
A barn kill or a primer? We're at 44, so we don't have that much more to go.
Huh?
Be right back.
Hold on.
I didn't even hold it.
Yeah, you did. Because it wouldn't spin until you stuck that in there.
Really?
Yeah, you don't have to hold it. You just have to like.
Oh, well, I would have stuck a pry. I thought I was gonna actually have to hold. I thought the internet was gonna make fun of me for
For a pry bar.
a pry bar. Did you get all that, Dawson?
I got all of it.
You got the barring tool that I tried to be correct for the internet?
I did.
Good, good.
Good.
Good. Cylinder head is on. A little bit of time later, we're ready to torque the cylinder head. So everything went on nice and smooth. But yeah, it's now time to work out this this right arm here, shoulder, and get this cylinder head torqued. ARP 625s go up to 150 there. Kind of stumbled there, had to think about it for 2 seconds. 50, 100, and 150 is going to be our final torque on these head studs. And then we're gonna go ahead and keep moving along. Really just keep assembling things over here and get our fuel system buttoned up on the right-hand side. Went ahead and got the CP3 nut on the front cover here torqued. Did a good job and did not drop any washers or nuts inside the timing case. That would be a terrible, terrible day. Got that torqued up and we're ready to kind of complete. You guys can see a little bit of what I'm talking about with this shelf of the cylinder head. Kind of makes it a little tough. If you guys can see way down in there, a little bit easier to get to stuff without it in the way. So we're now ready to button everything up. Now that the cylinder head's on, we can go ahead and reattach our return on the back of the head, all that good stuff. But torquing the head comes first. So let's keep moving along. No Dawson, no anybody, just me, myself, and I in the shop here a little bit later after the guys have left. That's what we've been doing. We've been doing, if you guys have noticed a little bit, just to, FYI, we get done what we can get done, and I've just been trying to pound out some hours here after work. Well, what is work if you just truly love exactly what you're doing? So we've been out here in the shop after hours just trying to catch up, get this truck built and done because I'm ready to drive it. I'm ready to use it. And we've got some cool stuff planned for this bad boy. So anyway, just me and some time lapses, no fancy angles when Dawson's not here. We get time lapse and we get work done. So we're gonna turn on some tunes out here in the shop and let's get some work done, boys. Later, the cylinder head is torqued to 150. Went ahead and moved on to the fuel system side. Just ran into something, so felt the need to kind of share, and maybe we'll clear some things up for you if you're going to be installing some of the same parts. First time installing the new FLEECE heated fuel filter, auxiliary fuel filter here. So what this kit does, which is a little bit different, obviously you guys can see the heater element right here. That's pretty self-explanatory. We kind of explained the fuel filter delete becoming the return, strictly the return side. And I guess I should have caught that. as I was explaining that, because I put the factory water and fuel sensor, this little guy right here, this is your water and fuel sensor. I actually put that in the normal location in the fuel filter delete block right there. Normally it goes right underneath there. That's where I kind of had it in the last video, or what you may have seen. That's not where it goes. So because we're running a new fuel line up to the auxiliary base right to the CP3, you guys can see this new fuel filter base has water and fuel sensor built into this fuel filter on the bottom here. And that's where it's supposed to be. Obviously, a sensor on the return side isn't going to do very much good for you. You want to be able to see that on the feed side. So little mess up on my part, but want to obviously correct that. So that fuel filter block is only return. This over here, we've got a line coming from the tank. This is going to the CP3, going right to the engine. So want that sensor on the feed side. Little bit is, you know, these kits are the way, which, I mean, it's basically, it's nice for the FLEECE guys, right? So they design kits and crossover parts for basically 03 and up. So you're not gonna use some of the parts in the kit, but they design the kit so it fits everything, and they give you everything, which is nice because you end up with spare fittings, which I am not gonna complain about one bit. So basically we're gonna match our plug up here. You guys can see that, and then they give you 2 water and fuel caps, right? So that doesn't look like the right one. That's probably for later trucks. But we went ahead and got our new water and fuel sensor screwed into the bottom of this fuel filter. Give you a little extension harness because this mounts in a little bit of different location. And we're ready to move on. So wanted to share that with you guys to avoid any confusion in the future. Again, top quality parts, just a little confusion on my end with only installing very few, little to none of the new auxiliary, the new heated ones. So anyway, long-winded as always, but let's move on. We're gonna go ahead and start reconnecting all the fuel lines, the return side, the feed side, get that new base mounted up, make up some new lines, and we're cruising, boys. Boys, well, that is a wrap for this video. Got the head torqued down. We've got our fuel system pretty much complete. As you guys can see right here, this line that comes from the filter right to the CP3 pump. We do not have connected yet. Standard practice that I always try to do is anytime you've got new fuel system components, I will always kind of cycle the key, let the fuel kind of run through the tank, through the new fuel filter. We'll put that in a bucket just to get anything that might be hiding in there before we hook it up to the CP3. So we'll go ahead and do that when the whole truck is back together. But that is gonna wrap up pretty much the new cylinder head install. We'll go ahead and go over the fuel injectors, the valve train in the next video, maybe get into some turbo action over there. Still lots of new parts to come for the build. That is a wrap, my friends, on this video. If you guys have not already, make sure you head over to wrenchworks.com, grab you one of the new limited edition 4th of July drop t-shirts, the hats, everything is available online. We can get you this stuff for 4th of July. Head over there now. We'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you hit the thumbs up before you leave. Subscribe if you have not already. We'll see you in the next video. See ya.